Now the picture that I'm just showing you here is a recent picture coming from one of the Nio delivery centers where we are seeing quite a number of Nio cars being ready to deliver to customers. So this is good news. When we see this as investors, this is exactly what we want to see, because we know it is signaling the strong demand that we continue seeing onto the Nio cars. I mean, one of the things that we continue seeing onto Nio is that they continue maintaining delivering over 20,000 deliveries from just the Nio models only, which is something that we want to continue seeing even going into the end of the year. Now, the good thing is that Nio has started delivering also Onvo, which from September, 3 days which they were delivering these cars in September, they sold or 800 or over 830 cars, which was so incredible to see. Now, this past Tuesday, you will know that we got to see or finally see insurance registrations, and I think this came after, or this was good because it had been some time since we've not been getting that report, and finally to get to see the report, which not only covered the insurance registrations for last week, but it also covered the previous week's insurance registration we did not receive. I mean, when we saw the 4,500 which Nio had for last week, it was so amazing, so incredible to see, as it confirms and validates the strong demand that we are seeing onto Nio. Now, going on to this Tuesday, I think we can expect some also good insurance registration coming from Nio, because Nio, in terms of demand, it's there. I mean, Nio, in terms of deliveries, they are doing their best to deliver as many vehicles as possible. Though now they have to also deliver their Onvo deliveries, which, ladies and gents, you know that they are coming from the same factories that are producing the Nio cars. We know that they are continuously ramping up the production for their Onvo sub-brand, which will be a key onto Nio getting to profitability. I mean, Onvo plays a huge role into assisting or helping Nio get to profitability, which is why the CEO said they need 20,000 of the Onvo models in order to get to profitability. So Onvo is important to Nio because it will take us to the promised land. And to see pictures of Nio delivery centers packed, Nio ready to deliver the cars, I mean, it's just so amazing. I mean, 2 weeks ago, we were talking of a Nio showroom showing that the cars on the floor were already sold, which shows you once again the demand that we continue seeing into Nio. So going into this week, insurance registrations, I still project 4,000. Any number around 4,000 or close to 4,000 insurance registration will be pretty good, will be pretty decent, and it will be confirming yet another 20,000 coming from the Nio main brand, which is something that we want to see. So 4,000 is what I am aiming, or it's my target. I think any number around there will be good, as that will be signaling that Nio will be ready, or we should be expecting another 20,000 deliveries. I mean, it looks like we still got 18 days to go Nio delivering, and we are expecting good news, right? I mean, when it comes to insurance registrations, you will know that during the first 2 weeks, or usually in the first 2 weeks, insurance registrations figures are lower than the last 2 weeks of the month. So we still got almost 3 weeks to go until we finish off this month. And judging from what China is expecting, I think you and me can agree that we should brace ourselves for what's coming, because this last quarter that we are in, demand for cars usually goes up because people are really in a rush to buy new cars so that they spend their festive seasons with their families on new cars. So the demand for car sales is usually high in Q4, which means that if in Q3 we saw Nio selling over 61,000, it simply means that in Q4 we can see, or chances are very high that we'll see Nio getting to almost 100,000 vehicles for this quarter, because Nio this quarter, or for their sub brand, the base which they plan to deliver for Onvo is like 20k, which that factored in, plus maybe the 65-70,000 deliveries coming from Nio, you and me can agree that we should be almost at 100,000 vehicles delivered in a single quarter, which once again will be record-breaking deliveries, and we look forward to that. The reason why I'm using 20,000 as a base for Onvo, well, it's because though we know Nio and Onvo have been resolving the bottlenecks for ramping up the production for Onvo, we still don't have the actual figures that Nio can deliver for this year. But the good thing is that we know that based on what Onvo said like a couple of weeks back, they are looking at delivering as many vehicles as possible. In fact, what they said is that all the orders they have received up until I think last 2 weeks, they will try to deliver them this year, meaning that we might see Onvo also delivering, I don't know, 50,000 deliveries, because as I did that video 2 weeks back, I think the total number of orders that Onvo had received was plus minus 50,000, I would presume, which is something that is pretty exciting, as this will give a boost onto the Nio sales. So the future is bright for Nio. Over and above what we are seeing happening or the good news coming from China, we've got Nio's fundamentals, which continues making Nio to be so an attractive investment for those that are wanting to buy stocks. But of course, these are just my opinions. This is not professional financial advice. What you do with your money, it's up to you. What you buy, it's up to you. If you sell, buy, increase your holdings onto Nio, it's definitely up to you. I cannot tell you what to do. But as for me and some of the investors, we're definitely going to continue loading the boat, because we know one thing, and that is blue sky is coming. So do your own DD. Don't forget to hit that likes button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.